Welcome to Build Your Maverick Business, the podcast for underdog, outlier, and renegade entrepreneurs. Brought to you by Strange Creative Studio. If you dream of going off on your own and launching your rebel empire, but don't know where to start, you're in the right place. We'll teach you how to use mindset, branding, and practical advice to build a killer business and transform your world. And now, here's your host, founder of Strange, Alex Pitt.
Hello everyone, hope you're well. I have been, what do they call it, a functioning adult today so far. I would say this was all premeditated and planned, but I woke up at 5:30, not because I was trying to be a better person, not because I was trying to, get loads done. It's because I put my back out peeling potatoes yesterday. Of all things. Before you ask, Alex, how the fuck did you manage that? I've no idea. I've no idea how I managed that. But yeah, what happens in your 30s, one of the many things that takes you by surprise, is that you could be woken up at 5:30 by back pain. Bundle of laughs. So I thought, right, I'm going to get up, I'm going to pop some ibuprofen, and I'm going to go for a walk. So I've walked 4 miles this morning. I went to M&S, Marks and Sparks, got myself some avocados, and I've already had some avocado toast. All of this by 8 a.m. Now, if that's not got crashing after lunch at 1 p.m. written all over it, then I don't know what does. I'm already flagging, and it's 8:55 a.m. Pray for Alex. Anyway, before I get into this week's episode, I'm working on a few bits at the moment, very exciting stuff. They include, but are not limited to, some one-on-one and group mentorship packages, some courses, some little mini courses, including how to nail your unapologetic personal brand mini course. I'm doing one on how to find your ideal client, find your raving fan base mini course, a workbook to help you create sick content that isn't boring as fuck, etc., etc. Not necessarily in that order. I put a vote in the Facebook group recently to see what people wanted. I think we have a winner. But the easiest way to stay up to date with all of that is to join the Facebook group. The link is in the show notes as always. And I am also putting together an email list, but I haven't done that yet. So yeah, Facebook group, easiest way to have a chat with me and register your interest for anything that's coming. Right, now the plugs are done. Now the promotions are out of the way. Random wave of inspiration for this week's episode. I went round to Mum and Dad's the other day. Mum does a pub quiz at the tennis club once a month, and I go along sometimes because they want a youth, in quotation marks, on the team, which backfires on them every time because all I know is the music round and only the 70s and 80s music. So yeah, a bit of a swing and a miss there, but it's a lovely time. One of the best bits about it is I usually get a home-cooked meal from Mummy Pitt before we go. Dad was in his office, Mum was in the kitchen, and I was just sat watching TV. Now, we don't get terrestrial TV in our flat. We are very much the Fire Stick, Netflix, Prime kind of a household. And we never watch live TV. And when you don't watch TV, you never have to watch adverts. Now, I hate being advertised to. Only when it's products I'm not interested in, right? I think anyone who uses Instagram and TikTok has been bought in by many products that are very creepily curated to our exact needs and the conversations that we have when we think that our phones aren't listening. Those things I usually end up buying, so I'm not so mad about it. But some of the adverts which are in no way for me, the daytime ads like, pre-book your cremation service, stair lifts, that kind of thing. I know I've put my back out, but I'm not quite there yet. So yeah, I hate adverts. And there are so many things about adverts that really fucking infuriate me. Singing is one. The Go Compare adverts can fuck off. They are so irritating. Whispering, that's another one. The Secret Escape adverts, right? Secret Escapes. It's them because the woman starts whispering about all the deals. I'm not going to do it because I find it really creepy. I know some people are into all of that ASMR stuff, but no, not for me. Horrible. Now, I have had a few favourite adverts over the years. I don't know if anyone remembers, there was one really, really spooky, creepy, unsettling advert for Jammy Dodgers, the biscuit. It was when they brought out a limited edition toffee Dodgers. right? So they've got a little toffee centre. And they had these two like monkey puppets. And one of them was going, jammy. And the other was just going, toffee. It was terrifying. It was as creepy as I'm making it sound, if not creepier. And I used to love that advert because it really scared my ex and he was a knobber. So I used to love it when that came on. Oh, I'm so mean. Oh, there was another one for Schnapps. Again, really creepy. I don't know why I like the creepy adverts. But does anyone remember an advert for Schnapps? Also a puppet. It was called The Judder Man. And it was like this really spooky puppet, like kind of stop motion silent movie creeping through the forest. Oh, it was well scary. Yeah, that real sort of like janky stop motion style. Those are some good ones. One of the ones out at the moment that I find the most annoying, and me and my dad howl whenever these come on, the Very Sure alarms. It's like the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen because it's so bad. Like these shockingly bad actors that get on the phone, it's like, oh, hello, yes, it's quite awful. I believe I have been burgled. Don't worry. We can provide... Oh, fuck off. Like, the people in these adverts must be, like, the company owners' nieces and nephews, because how the fuck else do they get hired for this job? Now, there is one thing that all of these ads have in common, right? From the Go Compare singing, the creepy Jammy Dodger one, to the terrible Very Sure Alarms series. There's one thing that all of those adverts have in common. I haven't seen any of those adverts in quite a long time. Like I say, don't have terrestrial TV, so it's not something that comes up a lot in my day-to-day life these days. And yet, I was able to rattle off, without any prior research, each brand name. And I can tell you what each of those brands sell. I can remember what happens in the adverts, the products or services that they were advertising. If I saw those products on a shelf, I would feel an instant familiarity with them. Whether they're good, bad, ugly, creepy as fuck, or they scare my ex. They are all memorable. So today I want to talk to you about why your brand should be memorable. Now don't forget that fact that I will have told you so many times. I can't even remember which episode, but if you've listened to them all, I will have said this a few times. That people buy from companies that they know, like and trust. That trust is compounded over time. The familiarity is compounded over time. If you create a brand that's memorable, if you do and say things that are memorable, if you create a brand design which is instantly recognisable, you are just speeding up the process of people getting to know, like and trust you. Okay, they're going to know that it's you, that it's your products, that it's your services every time they land on anything that you put out there. Now, there were two instances recently where, specifically due to the brand design of two different brands, one was done very, very well and one was done very, very badly. My experience of each was very different. Like I say, solely related to the brand design, there are lots of ways to make people remember. These two examples I'm going to give you specific to the aesthetic and the design of the brand. So firstly, rewind to me being at my mum and dad's house, watching the TV, and an advert came on. Now, this is an ad that I had not seen before. So what it was black and white vintage footage. People from the sort of 20s, 30s, 40s. Very old footage. And it was laid over with very bright colours. Now, there were no products in this footage, okay? The people that were featured were not interacting with the product being sold. They weren't actually doing anything relevant to the product being sold whatsoever. But I instantly knew it was an advert for Tyrrell's, the crisps. Now, I've never seen a Tyrrell's advert before. Like I say, I rarely watch terrestrial TV. I never watch live TV. But I've seen the bags, right? I know what a Tyrrell's bag looks like. It's instantly recognisable because it has that very distinct style of black and white photography with very bright colours on the bags. Okay, so I've eaten the crisp before. I've seen the packaging. I instantly knew that that was the brand that I was seeing on TV. So that's a good example, right? That's a memorable brand. Now, the bad example... I follow a lot of business accounts, motivational business accounts, coaching accounts, that kind of thing on Instagram. And I remember when I was just having a little bit of a doom scroll one day, seeing a post on, let's call it, a girl boss style post. Okay, what the actual post was about some pretty cool facts and figures, some statistics about female entrepreneurs, right? So something that I'm interested in. I saw it, I thought, oh, that's cool. Fast forward a few days and I went to tell a peer of mine about that post. Do you think I could find the fucking account? All I could remember was that it was pastel pink in design, and the title of the page was something like either she or girl in it. It was like trying to find a leaf in a fucking forest. There are like 10,000 fucking accounts with the same baby pink branding called stuff like So She Slays. The same kind of names, the same fonts, same kind of posts. I did not stand a chance trying to find this post, and I never found it again. So the moral of the story, my dears, do not be afraid to stand out from the crowd. It really is the better option. Creating a brand that is distinguished, that's easily recognisable as you, as yours, is just one hack to finding that raving fan base. The people that will come on podcasts and talk about your adverts 10 years later. So, my loves, be more jammy Dodgers and less girl boss. Have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you here next time.
Got an idea for a maverick business of your own? Learn how to build a powerful brand that will get people obsessed with our online program, not just a pretty logo. You'll learn a simple step-by-step framework that will kickstart your killer brand and help you find your raving fan base. Find out more today at strangecreativestudio.com.